You're one of the only people I know who talks about pre-tirement and pre-tire. Talk to me about pre-tirement, like what that means. And I'd also be, what that means and why you did it.
Right. I guess what it would mean is just retiring before you're actually prepared to retire. Like, most people, whatever, work until they're 50, 60, 70 years old, looking forward to retirement. And a pre-retirement is basically doing it beforehand so you can get a taste for it and understand what it's like and figure out if the retirement you've been planning for all this time is actually what you should be planning for and saving for all. And then I did it after working for 4.5 years at this company, Procter & Gamble, that many people are familiar with. I was no longer going to get my expat package in Panama, and I said, screw it. I'd always had a plan just to work for 5 years and then do my own thing. I had a bunch of money saved. I told them that I was retiring, but pre-tiring, and just took off. And that was the last day I ever worked a real job for somebody else in my life. And I still think that I'm doing what I want to do, doing what I love, doing what I enjoy, and doing something that I hope I never retire from. So I guess my pre-retirement continues.
So tell me about when you first started pre-retirement. Like, if you had a set amount of time, if you had an expiration date where you're like, okay, I have X amount of savings, it's going to last me approximately this long? Or was it more open-ended where you felt like you had enough of a cushion where you're just like, I'm gonna jump off the cliff here and I'm gonna figure it out?
Yeah, I had no plan whatsoever. Zero. I had enough of a cushion. I probably had a few $100,000 saved. And I'd heard like all these the fire guys say whatever you needed a certain amount of money, but I didn't really spend too much time thinking about that. Just jumped off and knew that I didn't want to spend the rest of my life working for someone else doing this, and I needed to do something different. I had plenty of cushion. I knew that I had good professional experience, that if anything ever went wrong, like whatever, I could get a job, no problem. And I knew that if I kept on learning stuff, I would even more rewarding, more fulfilling, and more fun to do. So I just took the leap of faith.
And what inspired you to do it? Like, did you read a blog? Did you watch a YouTube video? Was there some piece of information that you consumed where you're like, oh, like pre-retirement, that's a concept? Or did you just wake up one day and you're like, I'm gonna pre-tire?
I guess the biggest inspiration, the biggest push out the door was the fact that I got my expat package taken away, right? So I was going to lose half my salary. So that was like a good time to be like, and I knew this was going to happen even before I moved to Panama. So I already had this in the back of my mind, like, okay, I'm not going to work for these guys for half as much as they're paying me now, even though it still be a decent amount of money. And so and then in terms of like, did I have any like examples that I've followed? I guess maybe someone like, like the typical Tim Ferriss or Mr. Money Mustache or something inspired me, but I don't really remember that. I just know that I was like, man, I want to travel some more. I want to try my own business. I think that I can do it. I'm tired of making money for other people. I'm tired of having to wear socks all the time and having to shave all the time. I just want to just be free and do what I like to do, even though I don't even know what that is.
Because I feel like FIRE is a very popular concept. Pre-retirement, I guess Tim Ferriss might have talked about it in his book, but it feels like a novel concept, and I love it.